Motor Week is made possible by Rock Auto, Tire Rack, and Die Hard.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motor Week 90. We're glad to have you with us. In North America, the familiar BMW badge has become a status symbol, but there's a lot of substance behind this buyer-created facade. The spinning propeller symbol itself tells of BMW's contribution to the progress of aircraft engine design. Between the wars, the company had a reputation for building fine, sporting cars. But BMW hasn't always been a prestige mark. Nearly bankrupt in the early 50s, the company made its first post-war profits by building some of the ugliest, most Spartan economy cars in history. Well, this BMW M5 is neither Spartan nor ugly, and it has the substance that reminds us that BMW can build cars which are much more than just status symbols for the wealthy. The BMW M5 may look a lot like its yuppie-pleasing cousin, the 535i, but there are tremendous differences between the two cars. Differences that will quickly separate the true car enthusiast from the posers. There are hints of these differences in the M5's exterior design, like deeper front and rear spoilers, and unique alloy wheels. These two-piece 17-inch units are designed for maximum brake cooling and wear low-profile ZR-rated Michelin tires. The car has also been heavily reworked under the skin by the staff of BMW Motorsports. Changes include a lower ride height, thicker anti-roll bars, firmer shocks, and a self-leveling rear suspension. But the biggest change is in the engine bay. The 535i's power plant has been swapped for the 3.5-liter dual overhead cam inline-six that once powered BMW's legendary M1. Long a favored power plant of the M series, this latest version pumps out 310 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque and idles more like a race engine than a sterilized BMW 6. The result is a 6.5-second blast to 60 miles per hour. The quarter mile ends in 15 seconds flat at 97 miles per hour. Very impressive for what is, to most of the world, a 3,800-pound luxury sedan. Power is strong through the entire rev band, with the most punch concentrated in the mid-range and top end. But there's an annoying throttle stumble during gear changes if the driver fails to lead the clutch release with enough gas. The clutch itself is quite heavy, like a competition clutch. Its weight and Porsche-like release bearing chatter will annoy refinement-hungry yuppies, but it adds character. The 5-speed manual gear shift is quite efficient, despite a stiff first-to-second movement. Ratios are optimized for the M-Series engine, making full use of its prodigious power output. Handling is the aim of the M5 suspension, but the BMW Motorsports engineers preserve the fine ride of the car's lesser cousins. What's been added is a stiffer cornering feel and heavier steering. The M5 talks to you in a manner normally unknown to today's BMW drivers. The higher the cornering speed, the more balanced the chassis feels. The M5 is a car that is best when driven at the limits of its performance. This faster the better character isn't likely to appeal to most luxury car buyers. It stamps the M5 as a pure enthusiast car. As in any hardcore driving machine, brakes are critical. The M5 gets larger brake discs than other 5 Series cars, and a standard anti-lock system to haul itself down from 60 in an average distance of only 106 feet. As with our last 5 Series test car, pedal feel and stability are top-notch. But we wish we could say the same about the gas mileage, which is EPA rated at a low 11 city, 20 highway. We average 17 miles per gallon. While the M5 is clearly a driver's car, luxury has become a BMW tradition. So the M5 gets an interior that fits its $56,600 price tag. Fine leather is everywhere, from the seats to the door panels. But like we've said so many times before, a warmer, less Teutonic look would be nice. The standard 12-way power seats will put anyone in a proper driving position. They're firm but supportive. There is even a separate adjustment for thigh support. An airbag is included in the steering wheel. Once settled, the driver faces a fairly comprehensive set of analog gauges, including a 180-mile-per-hour speedometer, more proof that this is not your average yuppie-mobile. The rest of the dash is standard 5 Series, including the busy, poorly marked automatic climate controls and optional 6-disc CD stereo. As in the 535i, the changer is in the trunk. Rear seat room is more than adequate for most adults, as is the trunk space. We like the extra touches like the toolkit and cargo net. Just be careful not to hit the CD changer when loading. But if you're like most car enthusiasts, you'll elect to leave distractions like passengers and bulky luggage at home and just go driving. You'll want to do the same in an Audi V8 and can do it for about $8,000 less. The Audi is not as powerful or as quick as the BMW, but offers four-wheel drive and a longer list of standard features. But the Audi lacks the exclusive hardcore enthusiast appeal of the limited production M5. The Infiniti Q45 is also a lot more common, but costs about $20,000 less. It's also less powerful than the M5 and can't quite keep up with the M5 series Bimmer when the roads get twisty. But it is more refined, though that may not matter to M5 buyers. It doesn't to us. We put the M5's unique character at the top of our list of hits. We're also taken with its formidable engine, excellent performance, and powerful brakes. And while this may be a hardcore driver's car, it lacks none of the luxury amenities that BMWs are famous for. Misses are few and consist of the engine's occasional throttle stumble, bulky first to second gear change, low gas mileage, and awkward ventilation controls. It's worth noting that the Motor Week staffers who most like the M5 are also the first ones to leap into a Porsche 911 when it arrives. But we all applaud BMW for defying convention and building a car that appeals to the true auto enthusiast. The status seekers have plenty of cars to choose from. BMW built this one for us. It is the best sports sedan in the world.